how demons operate. Right. How do they operate? What is the system of operation in a demonic kingdom? What is the basis? How do they operate? What has made them so powerful like this? What has made them so powerful that from Asia to the US, to the UK, to the Middle East, to Africa, it looks like there are networks of operation that keep men in a common captivity. Same problem regardless of location. What sort of orderly civilization is that? That they can destroy the lives of people, from villages to towns to cities and all of that. We have not been able to build a network that has covered the whole world like that. They can be strong in regions. Yet the devil has built an arsenal that for as long as you are upon the face of this earth, there is a system of reaching you. There are three main ways that demons and Satan, listen carefully, there are three main ways that demons and Satan have access to all men, including believers. Only three. From the authority of scripture, there are only three ways. Number one, write it down: covenants. Number one, covenants. Covenants. Let's talk about it. Please look up. You can get my teaching, The Altar of Prayer. Listen to it, it will bless you. Covenants, for most of us, all we know about covenants is just the Old and the New Testament. That you know, the Old Testament, a foreshadow of the New, and the New, and so on and so forth. As wonderful as that is not the only idea about covenants. Write this down, please. A covenant is a system of authorization. A covenant is a system of authorization between two or more people. A covenant is a system of authorization between two or more people, ratified by the mystery of blood. Ratified by or with, whichever, the mystery of blood, with mutual advantages if kept. With mutual advantages if kept, and severe consequences if violated. With mutual advantages if kept, and severe consequences if violated. That's a covenant. A system of agreement, a system of authorization between two or more people or persons. It's possible that it can be a covenant between a spirit being. Are we together now? That the basis of that covenant, that is usually ratified by blood, is to create a system where there is mutual benefit, where the terms well-defined, the well-defined terms of that covenant are kept, and then with severe consequences. Listen, the concept of covenant predates Old and New Testament. You have to understand this. The concept of covenant predates Old and New Testament. A system of agreement. You read Genesis 1, you see a lot of things that God did there. Are we together? And that God signified lights to do certain things to the earth. Are we together now? And they've seen being in obedience. There is a system, a covenant with the earth, that the earth will produce after its kind. You don't sow mango and reap banana under no condition. Are we together? If you sow mango, you don't have to tell the earth, make his mango I sow. No, you just plant mango and it will reap after its kind. Very accurately. Noah reared an altar, Genesis chapter 8, and the Bible tells us that God smelled a sweet savour, and God made a covenant of seed time and harvest, signified with the rainbow. Is that true? Many other covenants happen. Listen, there are personal covenants, there are territorial covenants. It's not just a covenant of Old and New Testament. In the Bible, people had personal covenants with God, very personal covenants. Lord, let us agree that this level of assistance comes to me, and if you do this to me. Some of the covenants had one-time conditions and benefits. After it was gone. There were covenants in the Bible that the Bible will tell you this is for an everlasting covenant. Everlasting. Are we together now? Yes. So there are all kinds of covenants. An agreement between two or more people that has mutual benefits. Are we together? If obeyed, if complied, and has a disaster. Many families, Africa as a continent, is amazing. It's amazing how with the number of churches, there are more churches than there are companies in Africa, yet the economy has not grown. Yet many things have not happened. Our soil is the most productive of all soils in all the 7 continents. Yet in the midst of it, Israel, unbelievers who don't love God, they farm on top of mountains, and yet they export food and we eat it here. Those, while they are farming, they are insulting God. Yet there is a covenant upon their land that commits God to bless them. They can talk nonsense against the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You would think God will arise in his fury and curse them. How about the Ishmaelites? The covenant with Abraham that Ishmael became a partaker of. Forget the fact that he was a child born out of, I don't know what he was, illegitimate or whatever. It is still covenant. Because remember when Ishmael was crying and Hagar was crying, heaven had only the voice of Ishmael, and God came to the rescue because of Ishmael. And that Abrahamic blessing is still at work till today. Strangely, look at the Middle East, a small nation with oil that is greater than that of Nigeria, very pockets of nations, yet their economy in strange way. It's not normal, my brother, my sister. It's not normal. Are we together? The first system of authorization that we know on earth that authorizes both God and, more importantly for our discussion tonight, demon spirits, is covenant. I will take out